no time wasted. Nah, I love doing that. You know,
Redo.
that was good. I know redo.
We're back again. New setup. Got the whole new readers on, and we've got a special guest with us.
Special, indeed.
Shout out to Douglas Ranger.
Jumping away.
Love you.
Go jumping away.
Don't jump at him like reversed his
No,
insult.
I said go jumping away.
Go jump like no.
You gotta learn how I talk. I say things like that.
I'm sorry.
And Carl makes a joke out of it every time I say it.
I'll put your Instagram in the description as well,
Oh,
so people can go follow.
Yeah, so we'll get the occasional guest on every now and then. We thought we might test out the setup just with 4 people here instead of 3 and see how it looks. And fuck me, we've been here for like half an hour, 45.
Don't even get me
Just trying
started.
to bum
just
shuffle
7
everyone next
minutes
to each other. So
Ridiculous.
and got 3 cameras going. So if you cut to this one, and then it'll cut to that one. There you go. And then we go back to the main one again. And so we'll get multiple views of this episode.
Everywhere.
But today's episode is, since we've got the expert here, it's going to be based on what topics, Carlson?
Breathe air. No. No. It'll be a lot more focus based, like topic based. You know, like before we got a bit loose, got a bit carried away, just talking about random stuff. But this one, I'm feeling we want to be more focused on conspiracies. It is our what we call our nighttime chat for nighttime viewers. People wind down, going to sleep, having your thoughts. Those thoughts before you go to bed.
Giving people nightmares.
Giving people nightmares.
Yeah, that's right. That's why the lighting's it's nice, dimmed, purple. So
Instagram does it to me all the time.
sets the mood.
I'll have the most PG reels. I'll be watching like this guy. Okay, there's this funny guy that goes lifestyle kills me every time. But anyway, I'll be watching something funny. Okay, and I'm like, make the mental note. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll just watch a couple more reels and I'll go to bed. Then you have the most scariest soundtrack that play that one that I used to give me nightmares. That one.
Oh, what's it called? That was
get it going. That's good.
Right.
Yeah. So this is one. Okay, and it's on every reel or the by the window. That one kills me. But you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
But that one
think
kills
it's
me.
this one.
Like, but this one gets me as well.
Is this the one with the walking? You get the
Yeah.
walking?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Oh, I get fucking done for copyright.
No.
If
CC,
it's the same as
CC,
don't
CC, the
copyright.
song.
It's
It's
called
called Transgender.
It's called Transgender, and it's by Crystal Castles. Awesome song.
Shout out.
But only 5 seconds.
What? Not to discriminate. Oh yes, yeah. Not to discriminate. That's what Adam wanted me to say. I don't know why he told me to say that, but yeah. Anyway, but
I thought I was about to hear sponsored by LP Canberra at the end of that. You were spitting out.
Oh yeah. I love the government ads where they're like spoken by LTBDGB Canberra NT. You know, like they're like vote for Albanese, and then it's like
Sponsored by the Australian government, Canberra.
You know, some people, you know, the person that speaks to that or does that needs to go up against Eminem.
They need a raise.
Sometimes I think they're like the Australian Eminem.
SoundCloud rappers.
Anyway, let's get to the topic. Sorry, people got a bit distracted there.
Yeah.
Distracted.
Right. Well, I think the first topic was obviously based off the source of conspiracies. The first one, the biggest one. We all know it. Doug's an expert. Everyone has their opinions on it. All right.
9/11.
9/11.
The big
9/11.
There's obviously 2 different opinions people have. It was all an inside job, or it was all obviously how it went.
For viewers, just in factor to people's opinions, what we talk about today will just be just sort of our thoughts or different thoughts of other people. No one has to believe it. I'm not saying any of it is true or right. It's just like we love to explore conspiracies because they're like a different perspective on things, you know, and it's quite interesting. It's like watching movies from different celebrities' perspective, you know, like the Elvis Presley movie, see how he lived. That's what we're sort of trying to do with conspiracies. We're just trying to see other people's understandings because it's quite interesting. But Douglas Ranger, you want to carry away with your 9/11 knowledge?
All right. Where to start? Okay. So everybody remembers who are alive. Obviously, you couldn't do it if you weren't born. So everyone remembers September 11th, 2001. The World Trade Center in New York was crashed into by two planes.
No, redo that.
What?
I'm getting side knowledge here. He's going in my ear. Right, no.
Alright,
Reset. Be serious.
We'll cut that bit out, eh?
Cut it. Yeah. Bloopers.
Okay.
Action.
So everyone remembers September 11, 2001, when the planes hit the World Trade Centers. Now, it was a big thing everywhere around the world. Everyone eventually knew it. It was just a normal day, clear sky like any other day. But what was different was that planes went into the World Trade Center. Explosions, everything. Now, everyone's got their own opinions, like Cole said, on what they believe in, what happened, what may have happened, or their, belief. And so that's what we're going to start with. So I think, well, that's what most people do. You saw the planes go in the tower. Now people recorded from their apartments or wherever and all that, and they had their own view of it. They went in, boom. But people out there's people that have their...
Who believed what they actually saw, especially on the news.
Who believe that when you saw the towers coming down...
I'll tell you one thing quickly to jump in on that. So Doug obviously believes exactly what happened. He saw the two planes hit the building. I believe a lot of which, and I've seen a lot of actually news footage that we can possibly jump in on the podcast video, or even just put on my story, because it is there from a TikTok reel anyway. So a lot of people believe that there was bombs in the bottom, and a lot of which makes sense. You see a structure of a building, okay? If you ever... Yes, okay, a plane could create enough sort of structural damage for it to come down, but I believe that it wasn't enough to send a building down on its own. It looked a lot like a demolition explosion, like you see when they bring down buildings safely, so they drop down without toppling, okay? If a plane was to hit a side of a building, it'd be that much structural damage to that side of the building. The building should have toppled.
Yeah.
Instead, it went down perfectly straight, like most buildings do in a demolition job, used to prevent them from wrecking other buildings that are not trying to get demolished. So that's a little bit of what I believe. Like I said, conspiracy, not true, but it's a good way to think about it. But Doug, carry on.
Yeah, no, it was good. Good points you made there, Cole. And like I said, everyone's got their own opinions on what happened, what may have happened, what did. Back where I was, as we were talking about it coming down, as you did see the coming down like it was floor by floor, collapse, dust, everything everywhere. Now, people who believe in like the demolition, as I said, would think that they planted bombs on each floor and detonated it when it was to make it look like there was bombs in the floors going off each level. But what I believe, obviously the planes went in. Now, people say about the planes that, it was CGI, no planes. You don't see any planes going in the building. It was just computer trickery. Well, I believe that planes, what were they, American Airlines, went in. They went in like that in the side. There was planes went in. There was no bomb, my opinion. No bombs placed on every level.
Can I say, I don't know who out there actually believes there's no fucking planes. They're going to be the most stupid.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was gonna say-
planes I don't agree with being CGI'd, but I will say one thing. There's a lot of ways you can pin something on someone else by creating another action to distract people. So a lot of people believe that the planes went in, okay, simultaneously that the bombs went off at the bottom, so that the planes look like it was staged for, the two people that had orchestrated it, for them to be blamed, okay? Look, I'm not saying that never happened. I'm not saying they didn't do it, but, it seemed like it was a distraction from what actually happened. And like I said, conspiracy once again, but that's a good way of sort of thinking about it. Like a plane went in, and as the plane inserted into the building, bombs went off. Yeah, and like I said, it's same with, you see those murder mystery movies and TV series where like the guy will like murder the person but make it look like a suicide and like put their fingerprints on the gun and this sort of stuff. That could have been what actually happened.
Why would
like,
they want to do that though?
It's-
Why would they want to blow it up?
Doug, there was something about how a whole bunch of money just disappeared the
I
day
heard about
before.
that.
Yeah.
I heard about. Actually, I'll just cut in there,
Billion
Adam.
or something.
I actually researched that because everyone on the internet, like YouTube, you see anything 9/11. There's always people in the comments who have, say, $2 trillion, $2 billion went missing, and then the towers went down. Now, and I had to have a look, and I had to have a look at that to see, what it said. And I had a look into it, and there was actually no true $2 trillion that went missing the day before 9/11 happened. There was nothing. That was just something that they made up, and obviously 9/11 happened, and people,
Or did they cover it up? You never know.
You never know.
but
And
there wasn't.
That's
Yeah.
why
No
it
2
is
trillion.
a great conspiracy, because there's a lot of angles you can look at it. You can look at it like it was a money scheme. You can look at it as it was what it was. You can also
Exactly.
look at it as, it was a way to distract from what was actually happening. You never know. Like it could have been a plan to kill people that inside of it that they wanted to kill without, making it look like an actual murder.
Making a scene, yeah.
But like I said, conspiracy, and that's why they're lovely, because they're I'm not going to swear there. I almost did.
Yeah.
They're
Why not?
wild. They're wild. They're wild beyond.
Fucking wild.
They give
There
an
you go, he said it for
interesting.
me. They're wild beyond
extra
measure.
piece.
Like they get your brain thinking. It's sort of like a jigsaw puzzle. You're sitting there, you're putting the pieces together, and it may not come to be the photo it's supposed to be, but it's a cool way of looking at it. Could have been a cat portrait and you made it into a dog.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have to say to those who don't believe that? What do you say to those who reckon it was completely bombed? What do you reckon to those people, Doug?
Well,
You have some choice words for them?
my personal opinion, people who say, like I said, everyone has their own opinions and all sort of stuff. What?
I want to hear some.
Conspiracy theory. Society will come get you now.
I want to hear some
No, I'm
choice
just-
words.
So,
Let them have it.
alright. So everyone out there, in the comments they may say, "Oh, that Doug fella, he doesn't have a clue about 9/11." All that sort of stuff. Whatever. My opinion was that there was no bombs planted in like the 100th floor, and someone clicked a button and went.
Can I make an example of something really quickly? If you, let's just say,
Call him Sideswipe.
Example.
sorry, Doug, I'll be one moment. So let's just say you've got, this is the structure of the bottom of the building.
Yeah, everything above
Okay.
the plane should have fell, is what you're saying.
If you
Toppled
if
that
you
way.
hit this from the top, are you ready to catch it? I might just use the didgeridoo.
Well, that's a
So
bad example
if
because
you
it
use
should
two
topple
hands.
the opposite way that it's
Okay.
hitting it.
Yeah. So if I was to hit this, the weight would tip it this way. Okay.
Well, the top
Yeah,
would
but-
go that way.
Yeah,
the bottom
the
would go
bottom
that
would
way.
go
Here's-
that way.
here's
But
another
if
way,
you
right?
hit the bottom of it, right? If a bomb was to go off on the bottom, it would simultaneously
Yeah, it
come
would just
down
fall down.
because the structures that hold the bottom. Oh Jesus! Structures that hold the bottom of the didgeridoo would cause it to
Well-
fall apart.
Yeah,
below.
Is this a
underneath.
thing though, Cole? See, if the camera picks this up with my hands, right? Here's the building, one big
Done
thing,
like
right?
that.
And the plane hits the middle of my hands where they connect. If the plane hits the middle and it smashes out a bunch of it, right? Is the weight of this going and landing on that enough to break those bits? Is that
Yeah,
enough?
true. How fast was
Yeah.
the plane actually going?
It depends.
Exactly.
Did it, I swear it only hit the side of it, but maybe if
Yeah.
it took out enough of the beams, that was enough to create a gap, and then that sort of
Yeah,
shock
like Jenga, just
Yeah.
sort of broke. I don't
See,
know.
True.
another great way of looking at it. But yeah, like I said, it's all people's opinions. Like I do believe two planes hit it and it caused it to fall down like that. But it's a cool way of thinking about like a bomb
Yeah.
doing that though.
Yeah, sure.
But we'll move on to the next topic. Another great one that Doug goes on and on about. JFK. He always
Oh,
goes Texas
School Book
Depository.
Depository. Okay, so this is if you guys know me, I'm a bit of a history fanatic. Like
Guru.
all events. What?
Guru.
Oh yeah, a bit of a history guru. I've never said that, but you know what it all means out there. So I've always had a fascination with history and all like events, like assassinations, murders, and like all that sort of stuff. JFK. So we're talking about the day JFK was.
Cogs turning over. No, you're right. Sorry.
JFK. So everyone remembers he was the, I think, 45th president of the United States, maybe 45th, I think, of America, and
multiple shooters took their shots at him.
I want to finish. Anyway, so okay, it was November 22nd, 1963. JFK landed in Dallas, I think. Landed in Dallas and he was driving around in the motorcade. Old people were everywhere, waving, taking photos, JFK, everything, all that sort of stuff. And then he got to Elm Street. Now, on the right-hand side, you've got the Texas School Book Depository, which I think it's called something else now, but back then it was the Texas School Book Depository. And he was on Elm Street, or Main Street. Yeah, no, he was on Main Street and he turned left onto Elm Street. Texas School Book Depository here, the road. Now, everyone's got their opinions about the assassination. They say, there was two shooters behind the grassy knoll. One was on the fence. One was on the grassy knoll. One was on the fence. Someone was over there. Someone was over there. But I believe that Lee Harvey Oswald was up. He worked at the Texas School Book Depository at the time, so that's how he was able to get up into and all that sort of stuff. So Lee Harvey Oswald went to the top. Had the window there, obviously, had the gun there. JFK was driving past, waving everything. And then one shot got him in the shoulder and went to the next fella. I think Governor Connolly was his name, something like that.
It, yeah.
And so one went into JFK's shoulder and neck and through him. The second one, I think, missed, and then the third shot, because he was leaning down as the second shot got him to the neck, holding his neck like that, and that's when Lee Harvey Oswald fired the fatal shot. Boom, shot JFK in the
He
back
must
of
have
the
been a bloody good shot to
He
shoot a
was.
moving target.
But I
that
would tell
be that
you
big.
something that got me on that, and I'll say, with the gun that was used,
The firing
it's
time,
that's what I was gonna say. So with the gun that was used, the time it took to reload, like not reload, but just like
Chamber.
rechamber
yeah.
the bullet, was too quick. It was too rapid of a shot each time. Every time it was shot, bang, 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 bang. And if you watch the video, it changed angles in which the direction of the bullet went. And yeah, a lot of people say there was multiple shooters, and I do believe that could have been a case on that note. But I think he was shot too rapidly.
Yeah, he could have easily had someone on the other side in another building,
Well, what you said
easily.
about that moving target would be really.
It would
friggin'
be
difficult.
hard.
But I will say he wasn't going that fast.
No.
But
How far were the buildings?
from where he got
Where
shot.
he was shooting to the car he was
Probably
in?
maybe about, don't even know, maybe 50 or less meters. 50,
Oh, okay.
45.
Yeah.
Maybe around, probably
Would-
max 50 meters
Yeah.
from the building to the car.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Well,
Maybe,
what did
could be.
it's Lee Harvey, isn't it?
Yeah, Lee
I
Harvey.
always get it
yeah.
back to
yeah,
front.
Yeah.
Harvey Lee.
Yeah. So what did Harvey Lee Oswald do before he worked at the bloody Texas School Book Depository?
To shoot a gun that
I'm pretty sure he had, I
Yeah,
think,
true.
military or something like that. He had some sort of, like, he was a real good, like,
accolades.
marksman.
yeah, he had, like,
Yeah.
awards and all sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So he was a good, what do you call it?
Marksman.
Marksman, like
Yeah.
sharpshooter sort of.
My
Real good
question
fella.
is, what would lead a man to do such undergo such an action that would take someone's life like that?
Was
you
the
know,
mafia.
There was a lot of people that said that he was one of the best presidents. He also was aiding a lot of people and helping a lot of, trying to stop the race war. He was also trying to bring out a lot of information that people were trying to hide as well. So a lot of people say that he was murdered because he was spreading not rumors, but like just outing people that were high up in power or had a lot of money, you know. So a lot of which what Trump's doing right now, which a lot of people don't like, and can lead to bad things happening to people. So I believe that's probably what happened to him.
Yeah.
But I think those shots were way too rapid, and to get a point on shot, you know, like I'm not an expert marksman, so I wouldn't know. This could be just a far-fetched thought, but to sort of chamber the bullet and then aim again in that amount of span of time he took the shots. If you watch them there, bang, 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 bang.
Well, he could already have his hand on the bolt and his eyes already in the scope. So what he's just shot, he's still looking. He's just like this.
Yeah,
he
if
could.
he's military, that's probably how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I don't know.
I have a question for Doug, because you'd probably know and I don't. Wasn't one of the things, the quick things, did Marilyn Monroe allegedly get murdered because she sleep with JFK?
So on that topic, what Adam's saying, basically, I've got a book about it too.
Because if she slept with JFK and got secrets, right, and she was going to expose them, they killed her. She had JFK secrets, but JFK also wanted to release, like you said, secrets. They've just killed two people for the same secrets, haven't they?
So
Is that right?
Adam's he's on something, and this is something I've been looking into also. So, as I said, it was November 22nd, 1963, when JFK was shot, and Marilyn Monroe, as they say, mysteriously died at her home in August 1962. And I've been looking at this I'm pretty into it with the history stuff and all that. And it was said that Marilyn Monroe had a affair with JFK, and she was also on to Bobby Kennedy, JFK's brother, Robert Kennedy. So she was on to both of them, and it was said, like a couple of days before she died, she was going to have a press conference, and she was going to release all the secrets that they told Robert and JFK told her. She was going to release it to the public and tell them about all this stuff, and they obviously knew that they knew that we're not going to let her do this. Too much secret. She's a risk to us, and all that. And yeah,
a lot of people believe that it was the Kennedy brothers that killed her, but it wasn't, and it's been confirmed that it actually wasn't. A lot of which, for a long time, they were like, yeah, the Kennedy brothers murdered her, but they didn't. In fact, they were supportive of her knowing the secrets. That's why they passed on the secrets. You know, you wouldn't tell someone a secret if you didn't want to tell them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, especially someone as intelligent as the Kennedy brothers were. I wouldn't. Let's just say I had a secret. I wouldn't tell Adam if I really, really didn't want the rest of the world to know. And they know her. She is very, very famous. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how I think about it. That's how I look at it. Obviously, that it was whoever wanted to kill her. Obviously, wanted to kill the Kennedy.
If Adam was someone that told everybody things, which he's not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Forgot to say that.
No. It was an example. Obviously, Adam doesn't spread secrets.
I was just trying to hold back my laugh hearing, I would never tell anybody secrets. I was like, I don't know about that one, mate.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's a good way to look at it. I mean, I think obviously whoever wanted to target Marilyn Monroe wanted to target JFK as well, but you know, a lot of which of what Trump's doing right now, exposing people and exposing secrets, but like I said, conspiracy, you know.
I'll just add in there, Cole, just the last little bit about Marilyn and all the JFK. Okay.
Doug has the hots for Marilyn Monroe.
I don't blame him.
She's hot.
Oh yeah,
I do not blame him.
Not at all.
So basically, what everyone remembers Marilyn, she was the biggest star of the 50s, 60s, and all that. Famous blonde bombshell you could ever know. And what I also believe is, I've got a book, one of her books, and it said, I can't remember what it said.
To Doug, I love you.
It showed that,
That would be worse.
it said that it was JFK, RFK, and it was JFK's, I think, brother-in-law or something-in-law, John Lawford, and he and JFK were close, and Peter Lawford, I think I said. Peter Lawford was also involved with Marilyn, and they all had like their circle, and so Marilyn and Peter Lawford would talk and all that. And I believe the day she died, I think that RFK, Robert F. Kennedy, was called in, and he went to the house, and then what's his name? Ralph Greenson, I think, Marilyn's doctor, when she was on the bed, he turned her over, and he actually, because she was actually coming to, like she was sort of like drowsy and all that, but she was alive, and he got a needle and jammed it into her heart and stabbed like something into her, and that actually killed her. And then they actually staged the room, and they put her upside down and onto the bed, and you may see on photos she got bruises and everything. And I was actually reading about that, was that when the fellas were taking her to the back of the ambulance, I believe, they actually dropped her, and she had like bruise marks on her face, her like side and everything. And then they just grabbed her, put her on the bed face down, and then that's where the famous like photos and all that were taken, basically.
Could you imagine? Fuck! Oh, we got to take this patient to the hospital now. Be careful with her, and they just drop her onto the road off the fucking bed.
I don't know about that bit. I say just because
it's in a book.
It is true.
It's true.
It was true. Yeah. But I'm saying I don't know how I'd feel about that. You know, like like I wouldn't be like lifting, like especially when I was taught lifeguarding skills. You know what I mean? Imagine getting someone like you had to
and making
you had
it worse.
to practice. You had to practice putting someone on a stretcher without moving their back at all, their spine at all. So can you imagine just going, hitting a pothole or someone, dropping it, just dropping this patient on the ground?
Just
like,
break her back even more.
Yeah. Like, I've seen those videos on the internet where like they'll be putting someone into an ambulance, like the wheel gives out, and they're just like bang. And you're like,
that was you on the back of Adam's Hilux.
That's a story. Sleeping. That's a story.
There's quite a funny story.
Story for another episode.
Story time.
Conspiracy theories.
Oh yes, we don't want to get off topic. So we got another one here today, and it's a
big one.
Pyramids. Joe Rogan talks a lot about pyramids, and he talks about how there's a lot of which the stones were far too heavy. Even I saw a video of 2 dump trucks trying to pull the same size stone that was built for a part of the pyramid, basically, each stone. Anyway, it was trying to pull one singular stone the size of the stones from the pyramid. You get what I'm saying? And it couldn't move it. Like, they were coming up like this. And you can imagine the pull power of a dump truck. Like,
yeah, they're talky as.
Like,
how many people you reckon you could fit under one of them? 25? 50?
Yeah.
Even 100? How do you start lifting that? Like,
well, have you heard about where those were cut from, those stones?
From
a quarry that was however far away, apparently all them stones came from. So they had to not only pull them, but pull them far as well, you know what I mean?
Can you imagine going...
Nah, no fucking way.
Jeffrey, round up, come on boys, and then round up the whole entire, community going, all right, let's pull this one stone. Oh, we did it yesterday, but that wouldn't happen, I don't think. And of course they were slaves, that's what they were, but I can't picture, like, how you would pull, and I get there was different methods. Apparently they use logs on logs, and, that helped pull it. Apparently there was one I watched where they used the River Nile for it to sort of be buoyancy, across. Like, they laid like logs or something to make a buoyancy.
That's a lot of logs.
But you know what I mean? These are different ways people thought about it, but I really think there's a counterpart in
fucking
there.
Something is helping them, 100%.
Got some proper tread on those logs to be getting them to roll through the thick-ass sand, or
and what? 50 kilometres?
Yeah, Goodyear Maxius tyres. Goodyear bloody...
Good grip in those days.
They would have been selling it at their stalls. They'll be like, they walk over, yeah, mate, we got the log year premium
Loggy.
premium
the
bloody
log cup
logs.
for
Come get it, put it on your bloody Flintstone car, you know, like.
Pull it through absolutely anything if you get bogged.
Did you
Yeah.
watch? Did you watch Horrible Histories?
Yeah.
Did you remember the Incan Hole?
Incan-
The Incan Hole episode. Get your new Incan Hole.
Yeah.
And if you're not satisfied with your Incan Hole, just dig another.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the most bullshit fucking
Yeah,
sales
that was
shit.
so good, yeah. But yeah, like I challenge anyone to go outside, right? Strap rope around a container, a storage container, and get like 20 of your mates to try pull that thing. Ain't moving.
Not a fucking chance. And that's hollow.
Get
Storage container's hollow.
get your Nissan Patrol dual turbo to go bloody pull that.
Get
Nah.
4 of them, you won't be able to pull it.
Nah, there ain't no way, I tell you. But like, look, I mean, people think that aliens had a contribution in it. I mean, you get that spaceship, you get it on the, you know, like you see those funny movies how it like sucks them up to get abducted. Just use that to move them. Nah, but like there had to be some method to it. And there's some things I see, especially in what they call like, well, the ancient times anyway, like towards BC. Like you see some of the structures in how they build stuff, how things were sculpted, how you watch. Like I watched this video and it was there was churches from 2020 to churches from the 1800s, and the designs and the texture and how they built them was incredible. Like you see exactly how they would sculpt a face. You know, you just see like the difference, you know, between we have modern technology that can do this stuff, and yet we can't produce some of the work that is done
By hand.
by hand.
With some fucking, some sticks
Can
and
you
rocks.
imagine carving a rock using a chisel and a hammer? Just you'd be
that.
there. That would be like
And
your task of a lifetime. You'd be like, yeah, so your job for your lifetime is carve a rock. Get onto it. You know,
And,
like
tempered glass, all the glass, like stained glass that they've got in there, it's like,
unreal.
it is just beautiful. Even some of the
Yeah,
paintings. it's
and
like,
then inside the pyramid, there's all bloody tunnels, isn't there?
yeah,
And tombs and bloody all this stuff. So
treasure and shit.
It takes a look. Builders, okay, they'll build a house. It takes months on months to get the house built, okay. And I understand they had thousands on thousands of years to do this work, but like, just to do something like that with the outdated technology that they had, which we can't confirm, we don't know. We weren't like I wasn't born then. I'll tell you that. So we obviously can't confirm what they had, what technology they had, but from what they've been able to recover. Nah, there's no way. There is no way. You just can't. You can't produce work like that.
What do you think it was?
Aliens, mate.
Yeah, I agree. I reckon. Or some sort of outside help.
I can see Doug laughing over there. I
So
know he
what,
doesn't.
what do you
agree
reckon it
with
was? Doug?
I reckon it.
I'm not into I like history stuff, but the pyramids is not a subject I know a lot about. But I mean, I've got my opinions and all that. I think probably getting a lot of laughing about this. Oh, that kind of thing I do and all that. But them dragging it, they couldn't do that. But maybe if they made some sort of thing, I don't know, maybe wood or something, somehow got the block onto it and like sort of they like something that roll like wheels, put it on like this base thing and somehow pulled it instead of like dragging it into like sand, you put it onto something that could move along, like a lot of people obviously, but it'd be a lot easier than just like moving it on like bare sand.
Actually, that's a good
That's-
point.
that's-
Great opinion.
That's what I
Could have
but-
made a sled.
Counterpart, like to counter that, I will say, can you imagine how you would get that stone off and then position it perfectly symmetrical with the rest of the stone? How would you get the stone that's you've then slid it off? How would you get the next stone up? And then the next stone up, and then the next stone up.
Yeah, that's true.
How would you pull this massive stone?
Yeah,
This
thousands
massive
of tons.
stone. How would you pull that? Like you can't imagine using like a pulley system.
Ropes that
would
made
not
of
be
grass and
enough.
shit.
No, you just can't. How would you get? Here's to the person from ages ago that put the rock on the very top. Okay, I don't know how you'd do that, but that's what I'm saying. If you look at that, you can't imagine like it's like lifting this house up.
Yeah, and it's not like one stone. It's like 150 stones. It's or 200
Oh,
stones. It's
Yeah.
like shitloads.
Exactly.
Millions of tons.
I like the fact that the pyramids are built to be symmetrical with
Like true north.
yeah,
and
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
true,
like that.
like with
Yeah.
the speed of light. That
Yeah.
apparently that is what, and it was a lot of what what's his name? Who's the guy that Nikola Tesla? He worked a lot with how the pyramids showed the formula for the speed of light. Like that's quite incredible.
That's fucking insane.
There's a lot
How
of
do you work that out with just rocks and sticks and vines made into rope?
That's what blows my mind.
Yeah.
Is I saw a reel one time, and it was just someone filming through the woods, like the forest. And do you know what it said in big ass subtitles? How did we get Bluetooth from this?
From just sticks and rocks.
Like,
yeah, exactly right. There was a big. I'll go on what Adam's saying there. There's a big jump in technology through the years.
I was
Like
gonna
how
say,
quickly
like how
you go
fast it's
from
going.
how quickly you'd go from a light switch which is very simple to make, to I can't. I've racked my brain about this for so long. Like how you get and I get it creates a vibration, but it's like me putting a line on this and just running a needle back and forth, and that makes bless my soul, what's wrong with
Oh,
me?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unreal.
How
Oh,
the
you're
fuck
talking
does
about
that
a
work?
needle on the record, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same with
Yeah.
DVDs.
Yeah.
How you get a
Yeah.
DVD to play an
Off a
image.
laser.
An image, yeah.
Off of a laser. How do you do that?
Look,
Same thing as like music on a disc, like music on a CD.
Yeah.
Like how that put in there. Like
yeah.
yeah.
It makes no
That's
sense.
so
even
cool.
even consoles, they run off lasers if
Exactly
you put a disc in
right.
it.
And so you
Like,
can,
what the fuck?
like I
How?
said, there was a really good saying I heard. It was the winners of battles and wars create the history that happened. Okay? History is built by the winners. And that's a really good conspiracy. Even saying I've heard. It's probably not true, but let's just say the Roman Empire, the Spartans beat the Athenians.
Athenians. Yeah, of Athens. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Athenians of Athens. Yeah. So, let's just say the Spartans may have been absolutely destroyed and have a couple of them left, but they could have turned around and said, yeah, we absolutely destroyed them in this war. It was 20 of us, which is
We don't know what
you
really
never know what
happened,
actually happened.
except for what was written down in books.
Yes,
which
and
could be
or
false.
film, videoed or something like that. But
Just Julius Caesar with his fucking Kevin.
yeah, with his GoPro.
Oh,
Fellas, this was happening with the war. Yeah, that's it's quite funny. But like I said, you don't know.
just
We don't know
imagine,
what was in ancient, like in those times. You know what I mean? We don't know what sort of technology they actually had.
Yeah.
It could have been destroyed. And a lot of which the Bible speaks of a great flood, and it wasn't anywhere near. Oh, it was close to that time, but this great flood that came through, and people say that the pyramids had watermarks on it. Do you know what I mean? Like the
run
limestone.
marks. Yeah.
It looks like it had wear. And the phoenix, they say the phoenix.
Oh, the Sphinx.
Sphinx, sorry.
Yeah.
Phoenix. The Sphinx had it was almost like a tongue twister, like Pacific, like specific.
Yeah.
They say that weared over time, and that wasn't actually what it originally was.
Yeah.
Because it's degraded in
Its
size.
nose is missing and stuff.
Yeah,
I think.
and there's proof that Egypt was actually once underwater. So a lot of people also believe that could have been.
Well, that's the thing. Like they talk about, they found seashells up on Mount Everest and all that sort of
What the
stuff.
fuck is up with
But
that?
that's the thing is, obviously in the Bible there was a great flood, but in history and evolution, the world was once underwater.
It was,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So that's
wasn't
kind of
Exactly
a
right.
tricky one.
But you'd think, I love to see, having tested those seashells, for example, if it could show dates in which, like, how you take a core out of Antarctica, they take a core, and they see the levels of progression of how the Earth has progressed.
Yeah.
I love to see how that would
Yeah.
go under a microscope, you
Yeah.
know. But
Fucking honest.
yeah, so that's
Like
you know,
2,000 years ago or something? Or-
like I said, no one was there. We don't know exactly what happened, but it's quite crazy to think of how pyramids were done. I'd like to touch base quickly on Nikola Tesla as well. He was quite an incredible inventor, like absolutely amazing. And what he did and the inventions that he invented were like, I watched a documentary and this guy actually took one of Tesla's and Nikola Tesla's inventions. It was called the Tesla coil, but he made a very small version of it. And he said that was able to be, like, it was used to harness free energy from the ground. Okay? So what he did was he built this coil and he put it in positive, negative to Earth. Okay? And he charged his phone. His phone charged off it. And this is a real documentary. If you look up Nikola Tesla documentary on the internet, it's a real documentary. It's a uncovering the mysteries or something like that.
What do you mean he charged his phone?
Like his telegraph or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was.
Whatever they had back
Bloke
then.
whips out the iPhone 0.5.
You know, if you,
Got the
I dare you to
200
test this.
BC update.
If you put your if you get a multimeter, for example, if you earth that, and put it to a bare metal, you will get power. It's essentially how it all works. Do you know how a house is earthed?
Yeah.
You know, obviously a house is earth and it's not getting power from the earth, it's getting from a power station. But you still will get power from the earth. And what Nikola's Tesla, his Tesla coils did was it would enhance it.
Yeah, right.
So, look, like I said, there was also said that he had half his documents and he took half of them away, and destroyed them so that they were incomplete inventions.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know what happened there, but that's what a lot of people thought happened as well. But there was crazy inventions that he invented. There was reports of his lab, for example.
Yeah.
Like, he was doing one of his tests and it put power outage in like miles away, you know, or he had two labs and he was able to power his lab from one lab to the next. Do you know? So
Yeah.
was an
Some
incredible
fucking
person.
crazy shit.
The thing about Nikola Tesla also, Cole, they said because he obviously made all this sort of stuff and figured out all this amazing stuff, and I think his warehouse thing got like raided and all that sort of stuff, and they stole all of his stuff. And when he either died or came back or something, everything was like gone. No, but like, when he came back to
The
his warehouse,
resurrection.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
I know
and
what
so-
you meant. It's
and
just-
all of his stuff he made and discovered was either stolen,
It
taken. They took it all.
It's like the FBI of the 1800s just came in.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point there, and that's what
It was
recorded
1800s.
had happened.
Was it 1800s or 1700s?
And you can sort of think like, you know, like once again, it's a conspiracy, but you can sort of think like why people would combat the idea of free energy harnessed from the earth.
Yeah.
There's no way you can.
So the corrupt can make you pay for shit, mate.
Yeah, but we don't know.
Spend
like
more money.
if that actually ever happened, but you know, it's a good way to think about another invention that was then done. It's like hydro-powered cars.
I was literally just thinking about that. You
can
remember
go
that?
on with that? Yeah.
You remember the water? You remember that fella back in like 1990s or something who made that water powered car,
Yeah.
like red and everything, and all that. And
I
like a
think so,
couple,
yeah.
like it was water powered and everything, and he drove it around. A couple months or weeks after that, he was killed. Like he was killed, and then like people.
What
know,
happened there?
he
I
figured
watched this, and
figured something out.
what happened was he'd done this marvelous invention, hydro-powered car. Okay, and that's one of the inventions that Nikola Tesla supposedly did as well. He made this hydro-powered car, beautiful thing. He said it run cleaner. It run smoother. It could run longer. All the gears were didn't need constant top up of oil. You know, it was just incredible. You know how he did it. And so he'd take it around to different shows and he'd show people, and people were astounded. That blew their mind. They couldn't work out how he did it. So right as a company was signing him on to mass produce this marvelous invention, he ran out of the restaurant where they had the meeting and said, I've been poisoned.
Yeah, that's it.
And it was famous. It was all over the news. This man had been poisoned, but it was alleged that they tested his autopsy later, and there was no sign of poison inside him. But the guy doesn't just drop dead like that. But
I think you can. There is. Oh, I forget what plant it is, but it has a seed, which you can. I don't know if it's fatal though. You can poison somebody and it doesn't show up. Like
yeah,
you-
that's
you won't find
freaky
it.
as.
Wow.
I forget what plant it is, but yeah, there's a lot of shit that we don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Or are yet to discover.
Exactly.
it definitely. I haven't heard of it too much, but it sounds.
Oh, I don't even know if it's real. I saw it in Breaking Bad. So,
Breaking Bad.
but a lot of their stuff is.
It's based off proper stuff, like
Yeah.
proper chemicals and all that. Yeah,
I know they did change a few to so then people wouldn't go around making meth everywhere. But
So
yeah.
I hope
right.
people enjoyed the nighttime chat. It was a
Yeah.
bit more just bringing it back down. And we're trying to be a bit more topic focused in this one. And like I said, with
think we
with
were.
all I said with conspiracies, it is just conspiracies. So nothing confirmed. Or
Yeah,
what
don't
we
take
were
it too
saying.
seriously.
Just a great insight and great look into other people's thoughts and opinions. But
And if,
Adam, sorry.
if any of you are super keen on it as well, also don't forget to comment. Obviously, we'll check them out. See
Yeah,
what you
fucking
think.
oath. Definitely.
And,
We're
obviously-
going to read all you
love
guys' comments
comments.
about this.
Yes.
We're,
not
we're,
lying.
we're all going to read them.
Every single person.
Subscribers too. Subscribers help. We want to get out there more. and,
We're
like,
going to
yeah.
show us,
Appreciate the love.
give the
appreciate love.
give the merch, you
Yeah.
know.
Feel the
Get the-
love.
everyone's going to wear represent and tell their friends, oh guys, check out this mad shirt I got. No time wasted. Shout them out. Just
Yeah, the merch will be coming soon, guys.
Definitely.
Just be a little bit patient and appreciate all the support in the first video. Hopefully this one does alright. And like what Kyle was just saying, not every video is going to be the same as last. Not everyone's going to be the same as this one. We're going to make
Yeah.
a separate
Bit of
album
a
for
switch up.
these sort of
Switch up.
conversations. If that's what you're into, normal conversations with the white lights going, we'll put that in a separate album as well. So,
Yeah, fucking oath.
if any of you don't like certain topics, don't listen or listen to the other ones. But of course, we'll put another poll up someday soon with some ideas of what you guys might want to hear us talk about, and we'll hope to try and get some more content out pretty soon. So
Fucking
just
oath.
be patient. It's kind of hard to say. In a couple of days' time, this will be up, but we'll let you know on Instagram, and you'll probably see
fucking
it
oath.
soon.
Production deck's pretty good at editing. So,
Yeah.
I'll try my best.
should we try? We'll see you guys later, and then with our new closing line.
With no time
Time
wasted.
wasted.
No.
Something. With our new favourite closing line that we're don't be too harsh. We're trying to practice now. It's like a choir going on right here. But anyway,
All right, with no time wasted.
we'll
See
see
you
you
next
next
one.
one. There you go. I didn't know how to get to it.
That'll do.
That'll be some good bloopers. I reckon.
Wait, check that camera. I've been sus on that camera the whole time.
The far right.
That one. Is that recording?
Yep.
Yes! And that one's recording, I can see it.
We've done it.
Oh,
Well done.
this.
well
Well done.
done.
I need
Very
water.
good stuff.